It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Luxottica, the eye care eyewear industry giant, by the way, didn't start off as this big, huge company. In fact, the visionary Leonardo Del Vecchio, he had a challenge, a lot of challenges. But when he was 7 years old, he was placed into an orphanage. At 14 years old, he was working, helping his family just be able to survive and just be able to eat. But he had this vision, this idea that he wanted to start his own business. So he starts his own business. He gets up and going. So Del Vecchio was doing pretty good, by the way. At one point, I think it was in the 1960s, he had 10 folks working for him. That was pretty huge for a little small company in Italy in this huge industry, eyewear and eye care. But he had a challenge. Business was sluggish, it was slow, and it wasn't moving in the direction he wanted to do. So he decided to make some changes. While he started as a small shop, he understood, because of the skills that he had to acquire, because of all of his experience that he had, and because of his knowledge, that it was possible for him to switch gears and start to build vertical lanes so he could be not only a distributor in the business, but also a producer. So he could produce and distribute it if he worked on his vertical lines. And as a result, the company, well, it's the juggernaut it is today, by the way. What's the big takeaway that you can have as a CEO? You listen to him and say, wow, Shay, what's my big takeaway? Big takeaway is two things. Number one, be open to expanding your sales processes, your sales systems, your sales structures into other vertical lines that can open up revenue that you can have. So through these collaborations, through these partnerships, you could find yourself generating way more revenue and working less. You do that, and you will see not only your revenue go up, not only will you see new clients, but you'll have super sales success. And isn't that what you're in business for? To impact more lives and make a difference for other folks? Absolutely. So welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. My name is Shay Brown, and I'm honored and blessed to be your host for today. So let's start off the way we start every single morning. And I love to start off with our mantra for the day, because isn't that where it all gets started? Our mantra for today is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Let's show that if you can. I'm going to show that for you in just a moment. Here we go. If you can't focus on sales, repeat after me. Repeat after me. We do it every morning, by the way, because I want this to be the focus. When you get going through the day and you've got a lot going on, I want you to remember that sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. So if you don't have time to focus on sales, then I'm not sure you can be the CEO, especially in business. It's okay, but you are the CEO, so you're already here. Here's what we do. We pledge every morning. Now, you can't focus on sales, you got that. Every morning we say this pledge. And this is our pledge as a CEO, because I believe that every morning when a CEO wakes up, it needs to say three things. You should say three things. I must learn, earn, and return. Repeat after me at the 3-minute and 12-second mark. Learn, earn, and return. I must learn something new. Say it. Please, just say it. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. That's our mantra. Now, we got 3 objectives, because we don't get together just to get together, by the way. We have objectives. And our number one objective, and the reason we show up as one of our top objectives at the end of the day, is really, it's all about assessing where we are from a sales perspective. So we must see our sales progress. You show up every single morning. My promise to you, give me 14 minutes a day. You tune in, and your sales will go up. It's impossible. If they're not, then that's a much, much, much bigger problem. So our number one is to see sales process. We got to do an assessment. Number 2 is address any roadblocks, because we know life ain't perfect. There's going to be some challenges, and it's okay. And number three, and if you know these by now at the 4-minute mark, you can repeat after me. There are 5 sales pillars. Repeat after me. 5 sales pillars. Sales pillar number 1. I love to take 1 minute and do this. We're at the 4-minute and 24-second mark. Number 1, sales planning. It's not just about having a goal for revenue. It's about having the foundation, the system, and the structure in place to achieve that goal. Number 2, sales pillar number 2 is what? That's right, sales cycles. What's the cycle that the client is going through from the time they come aboard till we nurture them till they become a client? We're going to attract, we're going to connect, and then we're going to convert. You can do that. Then sales pillar number 3 is sales positioning. What are the words that we're using in the marketplace? We understand our words can make us rich. Sales drives marketing. Marketing does not drive sales. And sales pillar number 4, sales indicators. That's right. We spend about 3 minutes every day going over the CEO sales dashboard, the number 1 sales tools that CEOs use to get to $100,000 per month. And then last but not least, most importantly, is the sales team. You got to have a team, even if it's a team of 1, even if you are the team, we got to focus on that. So those are our objectives that we have every single day when we show up. We only ask for 15 minutes a day. Now, before we do that, let me be clear. For all those folks who tune in every single morning, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Go ahead and do me a favor. Look right below the video before I go overview. Look right below the video and put hashtag I'm here. Now, we do this every day. I like to check in. It's a cool way for me to connect with you. If you're over in San Diego, California, or up in New York, or you're down in Florida, it doesn't matter where you are. You might be in San Antonio, Texas. It doesn't matter where you are. We get a chance to connect. So say I'm here. As a CEO, just type hashtag I'm here. If you're watching the replay, you're still here. You're here right now. You and I are present. Put a hashtag replay. Hashtag replay. Now, if you're on one of the platforms, sometimes you're on the streaming platform. I get those all the time. The podcast, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. I get it. Roku. There's so many now. Just go over to Instagram. That's my jam. And put I am Che Brown. Just put hashtag I'm here. I respond to every message. I read every comment. Because of your feedback, we get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better because of you. So thank you very much. We're at the 6 minute and 40-second mark. Let me make sure they're very clear on the objectives and what we do at the CEO Sales Huddle. It's important to me. This is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. That's the only reason that you show up 15 minutes a day. That's all we ask for. That's 1,440 minutes in every day. I'm only asking for 1% of your day, 15 minutes. You can do that. And then why do I show up? Why do you show up? Why are you here? Well, we have 3. We have 3 that are very important. This encompasses my whole big why. Number 1, sales growth. Sales growth. Sales growth, sales growth. We're going to grow our sales. We're going to grow our revenue. We're going to grow this business because we're going to serve more people and we're going to make a difference in the lives of those folks that are dependent on us right now. Number 2 is accountability. You know, no matter what group I'm in, I've always learned that we'll often do more for others than we'll do for ourselves. Isn't that true? And number 3, consistency. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, well, people struggle every day with consistency. That's not you. You show up 15 minutes a day. You and I were in this together. And our number 1 outcome. You said, Shay, boil it all down. I just need 1 sentence, Shay. Wrap that thing up. We're at the 8-minute mark. I want to get to the CEO dashboard. I got you. I feel you. I'm with you. I hear you. Our outcome, $100,000 per month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And we generate more revenue, we change more lives, we have so much more impact, the world is better, we're better, and that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's not about the money, it's about what the money will do for your business, what the money will do for the people you were called to serve, the talent that you've been given, the gifts that you have. And so now we're going to move into probably the most important part that we spend about 3 minutes every single day on, which is the CEO dashboard. Now, the CEO dashboard existed because, well, it didn't exist before. And CEOs had a problem. They were like, well, how do I connect? What metrics should I measure? I've got KPIs and different ones, but if I was a CEO, what do I need to look at as a CEO? Leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. There's only 5 indicators. 5 indicators. There's 5 pillars and there's 5 indicators. You get these 5 indicators, life is good. So let's talk about that. Open up your CEO sales dashboard right now. Let's all pull it up right now. No, seriously. Like, you're going to go to it right now and you're going to pull it up. And here it is here. Let me make sure you can see mine. There it is. Now, every morning you pull up the CEO sales dashboard, all you have to do is go to today's date. We've got 5 categories. Each day I go a little bit deeper in a category. I spent about maybe 3 minutes on one category. We're at the 9-minute and 32-second mark. And you have subcategories. Now, today we went over leads earlier this week. We went over appointments earlier this week. Today we're going to go over offers. And you fill in the numbers. Now, I always share this every day. People laugh at me. I get it done, get it done, get it done. If you got to do it yourself, spend 3-5 minutes right now and fill in these numbers right now. what gets measured gets managed. What gets measured gets managed. If you have to give it to your assistant as a task the night before, you show up, it's already there. You got to hire someone. Go to Fiverr. I don't care. Pay them $2. And they got to put the numbers in every day. This is the Bible here. This is it right here. You do this, and I promise you, you measure it, you manage it, you use it as part of your system, it's going to go up. So for offers, I'm going to go over quickly. We're at the 10-minute and 28-second mark. I use 60 seconds to do that, but I want to stress the importance because it's the number one tool that's helped so many of our clients, and I know it's going to help you as well. And those folks that tune in, thanks for the feedback. Thanks for the comments. I'll go through those at another time. On the offers, I've got 3 categories. And the reason I bring in 3 categories, and the reason I want you to see that is that for some of you, you're going to create what you want to create, and that's fine. But I like to look at offers as 3 ways. Sometimes people look at offers as it happens or it didn't happen. No, you can make an offer for someone to give you a credit card. You can make an offer for someone to sign a contract. You can make an offer for someone to wire the money. You can make an offer for someone to schedule the next appointment. There's a lot of things that we can do, but those are offers. And we want to measure those. And you can create your own subcategories. But my favorite offer that I like to see when the revenue didn't come in that day, and I go back and look, I like to look at what were the offers we made for the next step. That's one of the categories. Now we're at the 11-minute and 30-second mark, so I'll take another maybe 30 seconds. Next steps could be you decide to meet with someone to follow up. The next step could be you're going to go over the contract. I got to call them someone today. I know I'm going to get to these conversations, but they were like, hey, what should I do? They want me to send them a proposal. So I wouldn't send them the proposal. I would tell them you're going to write the proposal, and then you're going to schedule a time to sit down with them and do an overview of the proposal, but they'll have the details. If they're serious, they'll be at that meeting no more than 15 minutes. That's a next step. That's something you can do. Control the controllables. I'll talk about that at the end in my message of the day. So now that you have that, plug those numbers in. And we're going to watch those numbers change. We're going to watch them grow, but we're going to focus on offers. Okay, now as we move forward now, if you haven't downloaded the CEO Sales Dashboard, I'm going to encourage you to do that now. Go over to www.ceosaleshuddle.com and then hit the button, follow the instructions, and download the CEO Dashboard so that you have it. Okay, now we're going to move to a segment that we have here called Celebrate Wins. And I love to celebrate wins because many times we don't do that. Many times we don't take time to celebrate. How can I get there? Let me see. No, it's not. It must be this one. Okay, there we go. Celebrate wins. Oftentimes we don't take time to celebrate wins. So we like to ask ourselves 3 questions. Question number 1, what are you most proud of? Question number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment? Like write it down now. Like if you want to share it with me, share it with me. And then number 3, what do you want to brag about that happened yesterday? See, we're looking at results. We're not looking at what we're thinking about doing, what we're praying about doing, what we're saying we're going to do. We're looking at what got done yesterday. What are the results? And then we're going to go and say, wait a minute, we understand there's some challenges. We understand life ain't no crystal stair. We understand there's not rainbow and cupcakes and unicorns falling out the sky. No, we understand that. So let's go over now and let's look at some of the challenges that we know we have, and we're going to go in and acknowledge those challenges. See, here we go. Let's go now. So there's 3 questions. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So we're going to focus on 3 questions. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? You got a story. So let's go ahead and get the story out the way now. It's not going to be our story today. We're going to change that story today. What's preventing you today from moving forward? Yeah, life shows up. Maybe something's happening today you got to deal with. It's not going to take all 24 hours, but it might take some time up. Okay, we're going to acknowledge that. And then what's the one thing you can do? See, this is all about what can you do? That if you did it, I love the one thing, it will move your life and or business forward. Now we're at the 14-minute and 20-second mark. I do a segment at the end called Message of the Day. And here's the message of the day. Let me pull that up. Okay, here we go. Here's the message of the day. So I'm at a sales meeting, and I just went and put on the whiteboard a list of all the reasons why this team had just told me why sales are not where they should be. And there was a lot of reasons. The competition has better pricing. We got to get our software updated. I'm not sure how the new product works. The market's confused. There was a lot of reasons. And then when we went through that list of reasons, I said, now let's talk about the one thing we can do to move our numbers to the next level. What can we control? And it comes from something I learned from Kobe Bryant. The late Kobe Bryant is no longer here. He was a NBA champion, probably one of the greatest basketball players of his time for the Los Angeles Lakers. But he used to have something called control the controllables. What can we control? So what's my message to you? When you look at all the reasons why you're not where you want to be, go to the next board and put down the 1 or 2 things you can control. Control that today. Take a step. And as you take one step and another step and another step, you'll see the progress. Shay, what's the big takeaway? Control the controllables. You got this. With that being said, well, that's the message of the day. And I want to thank you for tuning in for the CEO Sales Huddle. I want you to know that you're amazing. You're incredible. Leave me a comment. Look below if you're here in the building. Just put hashtag I'm here. You tuned in. I love to see that. I love to connect with folks. If you can't do that, then go over to @IamCheBrown, because maybe you're listening to the podcast. Maybe you're on the on-demand station. You're not on social media right now. That's not where you heard this message. Even if you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay, hashtag I'm here. Send me the note or drop me a comment. What would you like me to cover? What would you like for me to do that can help you as a CEO get to that next level? I appreciate you. I honor you. And it's a blessing to be able to serve you. My name is Shay Brown, the host of the CEO Sales Huddle. I'll see you, well, at the next CEO Sales Huddle. Peace. We out.